With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage. I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. And this is caught by Evans. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Anderson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Screen play, Anderson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here's Wilson. He completes it to Evans. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Andre Reed there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for two. Again, Wilson, and they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So they went for two and failed. They didn't. Boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. First down, here's the run with Anderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it second down and 12. 6-0 our score after 1. On second down, Anderson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. 2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided there was a time to be aggressive, Now is it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. Here's Wilson to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down. It's Anderson, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play they got stumped at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Are you okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now here's Mahomes. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal, it was a pickup of 14.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, it just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 10 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and very short, Wilson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Wilson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Wilson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson going to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Wilson now off the bootleg. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Looking deep for DeMary. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Waiting.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
To throw is Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has got it together. The defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Randy Moss, 30 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds. Get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So that one will be accepted. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. The toss out to Barkley. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll run it again with Barkley. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Steps away to his left. Incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Third and long, it's Wilson. He finds his target, it's Evans. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And this one complete to Reed. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw again is Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
That one goes for 30 yards. Now a run with Anderson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Randy Moss, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, and this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Mahomes. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jarrell Casey, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. To throw, it's Mahomes. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ken Houston. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. Think it's intercepted.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On the draw, this is Barkley. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out? It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 48 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Terrell Owens, 30 yards, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. There he goes inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jacob Hollister with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ken Houston. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And they take a knee. So this one in the